For years, he stood on top of the world. The visionary. The innovator. The undisputed richest man in history. But what happens when the very empire built on audacity begins to crumble? When the Midas touch turns cold? In 2025, Elon Musk, the titan who once seemed invincible, faced a series of devastating setbacks that shook not only his colossal fortune but the very foundations of his global influence. This is the untold story of the unraveling. The missteps. The controversies. And the stunning reversal of fortune that left the world asking, has Elon Musk finally fallen? Just months ago, Elon Musk's net worth soared to an unprecedented $677 billion. He was lauded as history's first half-trillionaire, a figure of almost mythical status. He commanded an empire that spanned electric vehicles, space exploration, artificial intelligence, and a dominant social media platform. The market hung on his every tweet and every announcement. His vision dictated the future, and his companies, Tesla, SpaceX, and X, seemed unstoppable. But even at the summit, the air was thin, and the foundations, though appearing solid, began to show cracks. The first major tremor came from Tesla. For years, its stock price had defied gravity, propelled by promises of full self-driving and robotaxis. But in mid-2025, a series of high-profile accidents involving autonomous features, compounded by regulatory scrutiny and a sudden wave of new, aggressive EV competitors, hit hard. Production targets for the Cybertruck and the highly anticipated Model 2 inches were repeatedly missed. Consumer confidence wavered and investor doubts mounted. Tesla's stock, once the darling of Wall Street, began a steep, relentless descent, wiping tens of billions from Musk's personal wealth with each passing week. While Tesla stumbled, hopes were pinned on SpaceX. The Starship program, poised to colonize Mars, was Musk's ultimate ambition. However, repeated launch failures and escalating costs without tangible progress started to erode investor patience. Key government contracts began shifting to competitors. The much-hyped Starlink IPO was delayed indefinitely amidst concerns over profitability and satellite reliability. The dream of Mars, once so vibrant, now seemed distant, draining billions in capital and pushing SpaceX's valuation significantly downwards. Then came the storm brewing on X. Musk's acquisition had been controversial from day one, but 2025 saw a dramatic escalation. Content moderation policies, erratic leadership decisions, and a mass exodus of advertisers crippled revenue. Attempts to pivot X into an everything app faltered as users struggled to adapt and competitors seized the moment. A series of public gaffes and contentious posts by Musk himself led to widespread boycotts and alienated key partnerships. The platform, once a global town square, became a symbol of chaos, its declining value a direct hit to Musk's remaining liquid assets. Even his AI ventures faced unexpected resistance. Xay's Grok, initially praised for its unfiltered responses, quickly became a liability. Controversial statements generated by the AI led to ethical debates, regulatory probes, and concerns about its potential for misinformation. Unlike other AI leaders who embraced collaborative development, Musk's often confrontational approach isolated potential partners and experts. The promise of superintelligence remained, but the practical applications and commercial viability of XAI were now seriously questioned, casting a shadow over his next big bet. Beyond the balance sheets, 2025 brought immense personal scrutiny. Public feuds with former employees, critical media investigations into his management style, and a perceived detachment from day-to-day operations painted a picture of a leader losing his grip. Analysts began questioning his focus, suggesting his attention was spread too thin across too many ambitious projects. The once celebrated, workaholic, image now fueled narratives of burnout and poor decision-making. The isolation, perhaps a byproduct of his singular vision, began to manifest as strategic blunders. By the end of 2025, the numbers told a sobering story. Elon Musk's net worth, which once touched $677 billion, had plummeted. While still a multi-billionaire, his fortune had contracted by hundreds of billions, falling from its historical peak. He was no longer the undisputed richest person, surpassed by new titans who had quietly innovated while his empire wrestled with its own internal storms. The media, once fawning, now speculated openly about his legacy and future, the narrative shifting from unstoppable to under siege. The fall of Elon Musk in 2025 serves as a potent reminder. Even the most brilliant minds and audacious visions are not immune to market forces, public opinion, and the weight of their own ambition. It's a story of an empire built on the edge, pushing boundaries, but perhaps, at times, pushing too far. Is this the end of his reign, or merely a dramatic chapter in a much longer, more volatile saga? Only time will tell if the phoenix can rise from these ashes.